No, she's okay. Yeah,
If they show up?
Can you send me some Molly Kettler?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in that specialized unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
She told me that.
No, sorry. Sorry.
I got two notes. Yeah.
Any better off this than No, that's Natalie Brooklyn, but she said she was sending somebody to send these things. Okay.
I'm saving it for Natalie.
Okay.
That's okay. Do you need me? Okay.
No.
Thanks for the email yesterday. She forwarded it to me.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You may be seated. How long have you been here?
Not too long, Judge. This is the 768.27B witness, the therapist. And then...
Okay, not too long.
Not too long, no.
Okay. Morning, Judge. I want bring the jury out.
Judge, may we approach before you bring the jury out, just very briefly?
Judge, defense counsel actually wanted that placed on the record.
Anything before we bring it?
Yes, Judge, in speaking with defense counsel, they wanted confirmation. The next witness is Ms. Judith Redmond. She has been on the people's witness list since before final conference. I filed a motion under 768.27B/404B, which was heard at the final conference date. At the time, these defense counsels were not representing the defendant. That was Mr. Mitch Rabitwer. The court told Mr. Rabitwer and I that this evidence was coming in. So that's what this witness is. She'll testify about another act of domestic violence that the victim has previously testified about that occurred on March 11, 2015.
And candidly, Judge, I just wanted to note it for the record that that predates our filing a substitution and our appearance.
Very well.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right,
Sorry.
You may be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning. This is case number 16-003290, people versus Radu Muntean, for the court for detail and conduct. All parties are present.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chairman Bean on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge. I'm David Paul Patricus. I'm co-counsel for Mr. Muntean. He's present.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, David M. Nico as co-counsel for the defendant as well.
Now, see the stipulation for President Hunt.
Yes, Judge, they are.
Defense stipulates, Judge.
All right, let me call you next witness.
Judge, the people called Judith Redmond.
You may proceed.
Thanks, Judge. Good morning, ma'am. Could you please state your name and introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Judith Mr. Redmond, and I am a licensed professional counselor and a limited licensed psychologist and addictions counselor as well.
And where do you work, ma'am?
I work at the Rochester Center for Behavioral Medicine.
I want to direct your attention back to March 11th of this year, 2016. Did you have occasion on that day to meet with a Miss Natalia Muntean?
Yes, I did.
And were you treating her at the time?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And did she come into your office on that day?
Yes, she did.
Did she have anyone else with her?
Yes, she brought along her husband.
And do you know who her husband is?
Mr. Radu Muntean.
Do you see Mr. Muntean in court today?
Yes, I do.
Could you please tell us something he's wearing?
He's wearing a gray suit.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
No objection, Judge.
The witness has been identified. You may continue.
Thank you, Judge. When Miss Muntean arrived for her appointment, did you notice anything about her that was different?
Yes, I did. I noticed that she had bruises around her face and a blackened eye.
And did you ask her about what happened?
Yes, I did.
And what did she tell you?
She told me that she had fallen down the stairs, that she had been carrying a laundry basket.
And what was your reaction after that?
I didn't believe her.
And was this conversation occurring in front of the defendant?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So the three of you were in your office?
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't believe her that she had fallen down the stairs with a laundry basket, so what did you do?
I just asked her, I said, please tell me what really did happen.
And what did she say?
She said, he beat me.
And when she said he beat me, did she mean the defendant, Mr. Muntean?
Yes.
And
I asked him if it was true.
you asked him if it was true?
Yes, I did.
That he had beaten her. And what did he say to you?
He said he did.
Okay. After he told you that he had beat her, what happened next?
I asked him what could be the reason for beating another human being.
And what was his response?
She lied to me.
And after he said that it was because she lied to him, what did you do next?
Well, I said there's no reason for harming another human being for any reason.
And go on. Anything else after that?
Would you be at risk of beating her again?
Okay, you
If
asked him
I did.
if he would do it again. And what was his response?
It depends on the lie.
After you received this information from the defendant, did you direct your attention then back to Natalia?
Yes.
And what was that conversation about?
I said your safety is our prime concern right now.
And how did she respond to that?
She said she wished to speak about her lying, not the safety issue.
Okay. What happened after that?
I think I went back to, it's about your safety. That's all there is for us today.
Okay.
And then the two of them engaged in a conversation about the nature of the lie.
What was the tenor of that conversation? Was it heated? Was it calm?
It was tense.
Okay. Okay. And at some point, did the defendant ask to step out of the room?
Yes, he did.
Okay. After he asked to step out of the room, what happened?
I accompanied him. I walked to the door to walk him down our hallway into our clinic reception area.
And were you two having a conversation at this point?
Yes, we were.
Okay. And what was the nature of that conversation?
Well, Mr. Muntean was expressing to me his fear that at our clinic we weren't perceiving her correctly, as she had been, according to him, telling us lies.
Okay.
And you know, that he expressed frustration about that.
Okay.
And
what was your response?
Well, I said we can deal with that another time, but right now we need you to please sit in our waiting room.
Okay. And how did he respond to that instruction?
He said, "You are aggressive," to me several times.
He told you that you were being aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the next step that you took after that?
He then left our hallway area, closed the door closed, and he stormed out of our suite.
Okay. And how did that make you feel? Were you-
Well, I felt frightened, and I asked our front office staff to lock our clinic door.
Okay. At that point in time, did you go back to Natalia?
Yes, after I spoke to our medical director.
And when you got back to Natalia, what did you speak with her about?
Her safety.
After this appointment, did you receive an email from Natalia?
No.
You did not receive any email from Natalia about what had happened at the therapy?
I did not.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's already in evidence as Defense Exhibit A. Could you take a look at that?
Yes. I did not see this before.
Okay.
I didn't thoroughly read it, but
Okay, but you've never seen this before?
no, I did not.
Okay. What did you think of Natalia's statement that she wasn't there to talk about her safety, she was there to talk about her lying? What did that indicate to you?
Well, that could indicate that Natalia had been abused before, and indeed she indicated that she had been hit before. But that is something not uncommon to see when women have experienced domestic abuse, because they buy into what they were told.
Okay. All right. Nothing else, Judge?
Cross-examination.
Judge, respectfully, we have no questions from this witness.
All right. May step down. May call your next witness.
Judge, this is will call Detective Garkowski.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in the matter of opinion before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes, sir. Can I have you spell your first and last name for me, please?
You may proceed.
Good morning, sir. Could you please state your name and introduce yourself to the jury?
I'm Detective William Drabkowski of the Detroit Police Department's Domestic Violence Unit.
And what position do you hold at the Detroit Police Department?
I hold the rank of detective.
And are you the officer in charge of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean to be an officer in charge of a case?
Oversee that the case is properly, the investigators' reports are done, statements are obtained, evidence is collected, and proper scene canvasses are done, witness statements are completed by other officers or detectives that are working along with you, and then that case is presented into a jacket form to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
Okay. And then after that's presented, do you still have continuing obligations and duties as an officer in charge of a case?
Yes, we do search warrants for medical records, buccal swabs, property, homes if we have to do a search warrant to obtain more evidence for successful prosecution of the case.
Okay. And did you do all of those things in this case?
Yes, we did.
Can you tell us a little bit about what actions you took in this case?
My actions were making the scene, assisting with the scene canvas with the evidence technicians, making St. John's Hospital with Detective Joshua Brown of the Domestic Violence Unit.
And that was to speak to?
Natalia,
okay.
Along with Sergeant John Quincy.
Okay. And then after you did those things, you, did there come a point in time where you had to go back to the hospital to collect some evidence?
Yes.
And what was that evidence that you were going back to St. John's Hospital to collect?
We collected the buccal swab with Officer Elaine Caldwell of the Sex Crimes Unit, who is trained in obtaining buccal swabs from victims and suspects.
Okay. And aside from that, being familiar with this case, you know that the allegations are that Ms. Muntean was shot in her leg?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at the time you encountered her, was the bullet still in her leg?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did there come a point in time when the bullet was taken out of her leg?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you go recover that bullet?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked for identification of people's proposed Exhibit 151. Can you take a look inside there?
Yes.
I think there's an inner envelope that you can pull
Yes.
out. Tell me if you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize that?
It is the bullet that I obtained from St. John's Hospital Security Police Department from their evidence locker.
And is that the same bullet that was taken out of Natalia Muntean's right leg?
Yes.
And is it in the same or substantially the same condition as it was when you received it?
Yes.
Judge, at this time I'd move to admit People's Exhibit 151.
No objection, Judge.
So you receive.
Thank you.
Oh, you got it.
Thank you. It's kind of hard to see in the envelope, but may I publish, Judge?
Yes, you may.
And Detective Grabkowski, did you take any other type of investigative steps or measures in this case, including taking items to the lab?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And you've been in the court and been able to hear about the testimony that we have from the lab analyst. Were those the same pieces of evidence that you took to the lab?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it was your responsibility to take them and pick them up?
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, Judge? Nothing else, Judge?
Cross-examination.
Candidly, Judge, any questions I'd ask of Detective respectfully would be repetitive, so at this time I don't have any questions for the detective.
All right. You may step down. Let me call your next witness.
Judge, at this point, I would ask the court to take judicial notice that the time of sunset on March 22nd, 2016 was 7:48 p.m. according to the U.S. Naval Observatory Astronomical Applications Department. I would also move to admit, in case that I have not already, People's Exhibits 1 through 65, with the exception of 148. There is no 148. And with that, the people would rest.
Judge, that's been previously stipulated to.
All right. Since it's stipulated to, that's fine. All right. You may consider it, all of it. Anything else?
No, Judge, people rest.
All right.
Judge, I'd ask this for you take a brief break so I can speak to our client.
Okay.
Thank you.
Members of the jury, please come to the jury. May be seated. You ready on the exam? All right.
Parties on Shears.
Judge, will you step out of the court?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
This is case number 16-005-868, People versus Robert Lee Shears, before the court for the arraignment on information. All parties are present. Cases, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Josh Holman on behalf of people.
Roger King on behalf of Mr. Shears. Your Honor, we waive a formal reading, stand mute as to the charges and after the not guilty plea be entered.
How old are you?
47.
47. You charged with possession of a firearm by a felony. Carries a maximum sentence up to 5 years in prison. Then count 2, you're charged with possession of ammunition by a felony. 5-year maximum sentence. Then carrying a concealed weapon. 5-year maximum sentence. Count 4, felony firearm. 2 years. But then it says this is your second offense. So this now is 5 years. You've been in prison for 2 years for having a gun.
Yes, sir.
You habitual offender 4. It says you've already been convicted of carrying a concealed weapon. Same thing you charged with. It says receiving and concealing stolen property, over $100. Then it says carrying a concealed weapon, the same thing you charged with. Then it says carrying a concealed weapon, same thing you charged with. Then it says largely from a motor vehicle. Then it says malicious destruction of police fire property. Then it says felony with a firearm, same thing you charged with.
I'm going to recall the those coming on unknown word.
Well, you got the information, don't you?
We requested, I have a different one than this.
Well, I don't know, this is what I was saying.
That's short of calling. We have the
Okay,
exam,
go
we
ahead.
have it at the exam.
All right, we can look it over again because this is very serious. I want him screened for drugs, you know what I'm dealing with. With my father, I want to know what I'm dealing with. And all the convictions. What's he accused of doing?
This was a traffic investigation. The car was parked illegally on a sidewalk, and as officers were approaching, they noticed the defendant was inside the car, and they saw some furtive gestures, him looking like he was stopping something, and they located a gun inside the car.
He was the only person in the car?
That's it. No ticket was issued or any citations.
No. Was anybody else in the car?
Yes, it was.
How many people were in the car?
One other person.
And where was the gun found?
It was found from the front
In the
driver's side door
pocket.
front driver's side door pocket.
Mm-hmm. Whose car? Who was the driver?
It was parked, Your Honor, but he was the driver, sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Is this car?
Yes, it is his car.
Okay. And screen.
I'm just going to adjourn my motion, my reduction motion to the coming to the I don't feel like coming back out.
Okay, we'll come back.
July.
August 10th.
August 10th. Are you going to put that on the record, Judge?
Just gotta put
On the docket?
You gotta put it on the record.
You gotta put it on the record.
But she, okay.
Prosecutor's not here.
Prosecutor's still not here, Judge.
Well, so what? Yeah, we gotta put something on the record.
Excuse me. She said, or do you want to bring my or just me?
Okay. You can bring the defendant. Bring it.
Yeah. We have a seat, please. Thank you. This is case number 16-005642. Versus Kyle Lee Simmons before the court for a motion hearing. All parties are present. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kerry Mitchell, the friend on behalf of Mr. Donald Simmons.
Good morning.
Today is the date we set for a bond reduction hearing. I believe the the prosecutor is tied up in a different courtroom. I'm just going to hold my motion in advance until August the 10th. That's the motion hearing date, pre-trial date. I'll just adjourn it, not withdraw it, but just adjourn it to the 10th, Judge.
Very well.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Parties unlawfully, ready? Ready. Client in or out?
In.
Ma'am, what is your name? Ma'am, are you the prosecutor?
I am.